you'll be ready to go to the beach with us.
Who do you think this is? Hi.
I don't know. By the looks of it, she looks like a nun. I'm not really sure who it is. Ingrid Bergman?
That's where they got the name. I don't believe this.
Who? What name? What are you talking about?
You're brilliant.
Can I see?
Yeah, sure, here.
I don't really know. What
It is a nun.
Yeah, I was at Julia's house, and she introduced me to this friend from Chicago. She said her name was Ingrid. I should have... Ingrid Bergman, you're a genius. You're very clever. You know that?
Am I really? I still don't know what you're talking about.
I was
so
at the convent. I was at the convent, and everybody talked about this one special nun. She's deaf. That nun and Ingrid are one and the same person. Julia's harboring this nun. She's got to be up to something. She's got to be on to something. Well, what?
I don't know, and I don't really care. I just want to know if you're going to go to the beach with us. We're going to relax for a couple hours before all this craziness with the wedding gets started. Are you coming or not?
Please come.
We
can play volleyball.
I wish I could. Honey, listen. If Julia is still on the Mark McCormick case, she has to be on to something she's not sharing with me.
So you're going to break our hearts by not going to the beach with us? So you're going to find out about this house guest of hers?
I got something I got to check out.
By checking out this nun.
Do you not find it strange that a missing nun turns up at Wainwright's house in plain clothes?
No, I don't think an escaped nun is so strange. I hardly blame her. Can't you give up this obsession for a couple of days, Keith, just until we get married?
Oh, honey, I love you, baby. I love you. I'll make it up to you on the honeymoon. Hey, handsome, could you do me a favor while you're on this picnic?
Sure.
Could you make her polish off my dessert, huh?
Will do.
Hey, yo, hey. It's a consolation, kumquat.
Put so much color on your cheeks. You look wonderful. Yeah, well, I'm sure that Sammy loves walking with you on the beach, too. Great. Thank you.
You made it? Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks.
She is so content. But I'm still worried about her.
Why?
Well, let's go down to the beach. We can talk about it there.
Why can't we talk about it in front of Sarah?
We can talk about it more freely down there.
What's wrong?
I am still not comfortable with Sarah living here.
She's making all this progress.
Yes, I know that. But it's Timmons I'm worried about. And I think it's going to be very hard to protect her from him. I think we need to do some planning for her sake.
First step, the threshold. Second step, the first official kiss. Huh? So is it still as wonderful as you thought the first time you saw it?
Not really.
What?
I love it even more.
Oh, give me a heart attack. Why don't you?
And I love you even more for making it happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think we got a little time before the movers show up. Maybe we could go up to that empty bedroom and you could show me how much.
Shh. Look at that.
I will.
Okay. Well, Cruz, it's been too long. It's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, Cruz. You haven't changed a bit.
I'll bet you haven't either, Lydia.
Yeah, after the way you described the place yesterday, I just had to come by and see it. I hope I'm not catching you two at a bad time.
Oh, no, well, you know, the house isn't really ready for housewarming or anything, but you're welcome to take a before look.
Oh, this is lovely. You know, as much as you raved about it yesterday, you just didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
You know, I have thought about you so many times and since that story we did together way back when.
Really? Well, to tell you the truth, I've thought about you, too, once in a while, and wondered if your standards of journalism had changed at all. And every now and then I catch your act on TV, and I answer my own question. How are your ratings, by the way?
No, it's all right. You see, Cruz is a little upset about a story I did about the INID. It was years ago. Can't we just forget it?
I wonder if the men who lost their jobs because of the story have forgotten it.
I don't know. We don't keep in touch.
I'll bet.
Cruz. Now, I didn't come here to reminisce about the past, nor to open up old wounds. I just want to get a sense of the two of you in your new house together. Oh, and I'd like to take a picture for the story on the capitals, if it's all right.
I don't think that would be possible, Lydia. We're so busy right now.
Well, that's all right. I understand. Oh, we'll schedule it for another time.
Well, I doubt it, but stranger things have happened. Listen, you give us a call before you drop in again. Make sure we're home.
Same old Cruz.
Yeah?
I have never seen you so rude. I have never seen you treat a guest in our house like that.
She was not a guest. We didn't invite her to stop by. I told you before, I don't like that woman. I don't want her in my house, and I don't want to have anything to do with her outside of my house. And if you're smart, you won't either.
Nurse Fryman, OR.
You look like hell.
Thanks. I needed to hear that.
I'm only saying it, Scott, because I'm worried about you.
Well, don't be. I'm fine.
What are you doing? I saw on the duty roster that you've been working for the past 48 hours straight. What are you trying to prove?
I'm trying to prove to that hard-headed father of yours that I'm a damn good doctor. I don't care what he feels about me personally, but I work too hard and I want the professional respect that I feel I deserve.
I see, and you think that you can prove your surgical skills by collapsing from overwork and lack of sleep. That's interesting thinking, Clark. Why don't you just let me talk to him for you?
Talk to him about what?
Talk to him about you.
No, I can handle this. You know, I thought maybe he doesn't like me because he sensed right off the bat that I didn't like him. So, in a way, it's probably my fault. So I'll get myself out of it.
So what, you'd rather collapse and let me make it a little easier for you?
Well, I hope I don't have to work that hard to prove my point.
If you keep up this pace, you may not be around to see whether or not he admires you for it. Scott, nobody's good opinion is worth your help.
Well, your dad's is. My career and our relationship is on the line.
How's Sarah doing in general? Is she having any more nightmares?
Yeah, she has them every night. Same ones.
She's had such a sheltered life. Maybe moving her too fast. I think it may be a mistake for her to even try to remember.
What is it that you don't want her to remember?
Do I give that impression?
Yeah, you're always asking me to drop it and not to push her.
Well, my concern is that if she does remember, she's not going to be able to handle it. And she's doing so well right now, it seems crazy to risk upsetting her. She's just going to regress again.
You have to let her remember. She obviously wants to. She wants to know the truth. You've got to stop protecting her so much. She's a grown woman. And she is capable of working out her problems if you let her.
But why do you always make it seem as though that, we're on opposite sides here, as though it's the two of you against me?
Because you can be adversarial at times, and you are overprotective.
I'm sorry. I can't stand the idea of her getting hurt again.
Look, I want to be honest with you. My good intentions towards Sarah go along with the fact that well, the reason that I came to the convent in the first place.
You still want to find out who framed Mason for Mark's murder?
Of course I do. And I am as convinced now as I was then that the answers to all of this are locked somewhere in Sarah's memory.
I'm really sorry, Ingrid, but we have to take you downtown to ask you some questions about the death of Mark McCormick. Get her. Get her.
Calm down, miss. You're only making it harder on yourself by fighting. She can't hear. She can't speak to me with these weak lips, can't she? Lips, can't she? We're taking you downtown to ask you some questions. You understand me, don't you?
Are you sure we can have a fire at this beach?
Sure. We used to make them all the time in the Boy Scouts. These are going to be ready in just a second.
Well, this is fun. I mean, I haven't had a weenie roast in a long time. Brandon, There's something I really need to talk to you about. Seriously.
Let's see. We've already done sex, so it can't be that. I know. You're gonna tell me again about how even though you're getting married, things between us will never change, right?
How did you know that?
It's the beach scene in a couple of movies.
Oh, they sure teach kids a lot in movies these days.
These are gonna be done in just a minute.
It's not just movie talk, Brandon. I mean it. Nothing's ever gonna change our relationship, ever.
I know that, Mom. It never has.
You do?
Sure.
I've done a lot of terrible things in my life. I don't know what I ever did to deserve a kid like you. Guess I'm just one lucky lady.
One lucky little hot dog from a lady.
Scott, come on. Just give me 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
I don't have 5 minutes. I got to get down to the lab and check on some reports.
What, and it absolutely can't wait?
All right, make it quick.
I just wanted to let you know that I don't date you just to make my father angry. I know that's what he applied at dinner, but it's just not true. And, I also wanted you to know that I admired the way that you talked to him. And not a lot of people have had the courage to stand up to the great Dr. Arthur Donnelly.
Well, I was angry. It was a fool's courage, as they say, right?
Yeah, well, I was still impressed.
Look alive, Clark. We've got one coming in.
Right away, sir.
Brought you some pastrami sandwiches from the deli because I figured you and Cruz wouldn't have time to eat all day. Ooh, this is wonderful. Yeah, Daddy had the same idea. Oh, he did? Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello. I didn't know you were here.
I didn't know you'd be here either.
Listen, I know that moving day is absolute hell, so I'm going to come back.
Oh, Mama, please don't go. You haven't even seen the house yet.
All right, I'll come back another day.
Look, Sophia, if you're leaving in my camp, please don't do that. I mean, we're bound to run into each other all over Santa Barbara one time or another, especially at family functions. Why don't we just handle this sensibly?
You're absolutely right.
So why don't I get you something to drink? Want something?
What in the world is that noise?
It's a long story.
Did you leave the kitchen faucet running? Oh.
No.
Hi, Sophia. I'm sorry about the noise. We're having some problems with the plumbing.
Apparently. Well, listen, Mama, why don't I give you the royal tour? Daddy's already been through it once. Fine, I can't wait.
Okay, let's start this way.
Okay. More pastrami.
Sophia brought pastrami sandwiches, too?
Great minds.
I wish I had some pastrami futures in my stock portfolio. Hey, listen, I'm glad we're alone. I know I'm always asking you favors. I'd like to ask you one more.
Well, you know I don't mind anytime.
Okay, I would like you to do some checking on Lydia Saunders.
Really? What's up?
Well, she claims she's here to do a simple profile on the family, but I have some nagging doubts. I think there's an ulterior motive. I really do. Now, I've asked her to have dinner with me. She has accepted, but she's a pretty smart lady, and I don't think I'm going to get many straight answers. Now, maybe I'm paranoid, and maybe I'm not. But we've suffered at the hands of the press before, haven't we?
Oh, I don't think you're being paranoid at all, Mr. C. I wouldn't trust that woman as far as I could throw her. I'll be happy to check on her. As a matter of fact, I'd like to know what she's up to myself.
Mr. Stinson has a rather nasty compound fracture of the ulna.
Looks pretty clean, though. Why don't I just go set it?
You're not going to set anything. Come on back here.
Why not?
Because Mr. Stinson has no hospital insurance, no way of paying his bill.
But he still needs to be treated.
No question about it. Transfer him to county. The indigent are their problem, not ours.
Dr. McLaughlin,
You want him transferred to county?
Do you have a problem with your ears?
Dr. Donnelly, the man is in pain. If we transfer him to county, he'll be sitting in a waiting room for hours. Look, why don't I just treat him now, and then I'll transfer him over to county?
Because it's hospital policy, that's why.
But it doesn't hurt to break the rules a little bit when...
I'm sick and tired of you questioning my orders. I want Stinson moved to county. Do it now. I'm going to dinner. When I come back, he's gone.
Why can't the two of you talk for more than a minute without getting into an argument?
It wasn't an argument. It was the great Dr. Donnelly handing down one of his many commandments.
What now?
There's a guy in ER who doesn't have any insurance, so your father wants him transferred to county without any treatment. Hospital policy. This is ridiculous. I can't do this. The man is suffering in there. I'm going to treat him whether your father wants me to or not.
Look at that when I see her. Oh, my God. I'll check it out.
All right.
She's back there.
Devin.
I'm sorry we had to ask you to come down here, but we need your help. When I was interviewing the nuns at the convent, they talked to me about a special nun. That would be you, wouldn't it? You must cooperate with us. We are the police.
You're frightening her.
Oh, really? You think I'm intimidating? This is gentle for me.
I should have an attorney.
You should have an attorney? Come on, what, do you got something to hide? Did you break the law? You guilty of something? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I know. You stop me. You stop me if I'm wrong, okay? All right. Mason Capwell went to the convent because he thought it was tied to Mark McCormick's death. Mason Capwell died. Looking for clues. Julia picked up the cause. Now what we have to figure out is how you fit in. What is it? You know what happened, don't you? You know, and you've been helping Julia, haven't you? What have you been doing? What? What have you been doing to help her?
No. I don't know.
You know what I know? I know that both of you are lying. Let me tell you something. Sarah, Ingrid, whatever your name is, you're into something you shouldn't be into. And you will tell us what it is before you leave here. Tonight!
You know, I can't believe it.
Believe what, the plumbing problems?
No, not the plumbing. I just can't believe I'm living in a house like this. I mean, you know, I feel a little guilty about it, you know, this kind of lifestyle.
Will you listen to yourself? You deserve this. You have worked long and hard to deserve this.
Well, I suppose, but there are times when I wonder if I'm not moving further and further away from the values I grew up with, and I don't want that to happen.
You have changed the place you're living. The inside of you hasn't changed any.
You think not?
I know not. You are still the most handsome, principled, responsible, wonderful man I fell in love with, what, how many years ago?
Might have been 100.
Hmm.
On the other hand, it could have been yesterday.
I think it was both.
Look at that sunset. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Not going to see many sunsets like that. Just sit back and enjoy it.
See how red the water looks?
Kind of reminds me of Hawaii.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I was just thinking about what my wedding day's going to be like.
How will it be?
I don't know. I mean, I know how I'd like it to be. Like one of those bridal magazines. You know, in a big, beautiful church. I can see myself just standing in the back there, waiting to walk down the beautiful marble aisle. The church would be full of people. Everybody would be there. All the socially prominent people of Santa Barbara, press. And the music would start. everybody would turn to look at me. And they'd go, ooh, ah, doesn't she make a beautiful bride? And then I could see Keith at the end of the aisle. And he's talking to the Archbishop of Canterbury. And he's waiting there for me, and he's so excited because he's so proud that I'm going to be his wife. And then he turns, and he offers me his arm. And I take it. That's it. Some dream, huh?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to turn out that way. I think that's just a pipe dream.
Why?
As much as I hate to say it, my love. People in this town hate me, Brandon. I mean, no one's ever going to show up at my wedding. Your mother's not a very popular person.
Popular with me?
Good. Because that's all that really counts.
And don't worry about the wedding. You have a lot more friends than you know.
Sarah, what the hell are you doing?
Where did I get the idea her name was Ingrid?
What right do you have to bring this woman here? Did you have a warrant? You don't have to answer anything he asks.
What did you just
I
do?
know.
Walk into my house and kidnap her? Do you know that it's against the law? You probably know that, don't you?
I didn't attack her, please. I didn't harm a hair on her head.
But you made her very, very angry. Look at her.
Did you tell her about her rights?
What rights? She's not a suspect. I'm just here asking her questions about Mark McCormick's death. I have a right to interrogate a material witness.
She doesn't know anything about the murder.
I don't believe any of you. Not then, not now. If she's not hiding anything, why are you protecting a material witness? I mean, if she doesn't do anything, she's getting more protection than a
her
witness.
because she's in very fragile health, physically and emotionally. She can't handle the kind of pressure you're putting her under. So unless you've got some very solid grounds for holding her, I insist you release her now.
Are you telling me how to do my job, Father?
I'm telling you that you're overstepping your bounds. You're using the weight of your office against helpless people.
Helpless people? The only person that's helpless around here is you, Timmons. What's in this for you? Why are you doing this?
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I just like winning, and I like to see you lose. Just makes my day, you know what I mean?
She's had enough of this. I want her released now.
Well. I tell you what. I'll bow to a higher power. You go ahead. You take her away, but I know you're a bunch of liars. I'm a good investigator. Go, get out of here. And I'll catch you guys. You're hiding something. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you, lady.
Sir. Okay. I want to take Sarah to the convent.
No.
No. Because of him. All right? I need to protect you from Timmons.
She doesn't want to go to the convent.
I understand
She's a
that.
big girl.
I understand that. But I have to protect her.
All right. Well,
all right? She is too accessible at your house.
all right. It's all right. All right. He happens to be right this time. Anyway, I have work to do here. All right? Just for one night.
All right. See you tomorrow.
I beg your pardon.
All right. Are we... What's wrong?
Did he look familiar to you?
No.
Well, he sure looks familiar to me. I've seen that man somewhere before.
We met at the charity auction. I'm Sophia Capwell.
Of course. You're C.C. Capwell's wife, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we're divorced.
I see. Should I say that I'm sorry?
Oh, it's not necessary. You know, I don't know your name.
Well, no, I really am sorry. Donnelly. Dr. Arthur Donnelly. Hello again.
Hello again.
Mrs. Capwell, Well, Sophia, if I may, would you find it presumptuous of me if I asked you to join me for dinner tonight? It's just I detest eating alone, and assuming you're free, of course.
I would find it presumptuous of you. I am free, and I would like very much to have dinner with you. Thank you.
Oh, come out, Eden. The plumber went away.
Listen.
What? I don't hear anything.
Exactly it. No more banging pipes.
Ah. Sweet sound of silence.
Pretty incredible,
Did the
huh?
electrician go home, too?
Out the back way with the phone installer, the cable TV hooker upper. We got this house so ready for stay-at-home ready, it's serious.
Amen. I was hoping we'd have a night here alone before Mom brings Chip over.
We have all the time in the world.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Guess we could kick back and do whatever we wanted now, huh?
Yeah, we could do some unpacking.
That's not what I meant. I think the boxes will be here in the morning. And speaking of boxes, look what I got. Margarita sin igual. Necesitamos hielo y electricidad.
I'll get the ice and the glasses, okay?
Okay, all right. I'll take care of the rest of it. I'll handle the magic part and the electrical part. I'm not really very good at this.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is everything all right?
Did you say the electrician left?
I'm afraid so. Can you do anything?
I do anything?
You think you've had trouble with your kids. You should have had mine. I believe that I raised the most pig-headed son and the most contrary daughter in the history of the world. Couldn't tell them anything, had to make every mistake in the book by themselves.
I know.
Yours were that way?
I wouldn't say they were pig-headed. I would say they're individualists.
Individualists? The trouble with most individualists is that they're all alike.
Not mine.
Well, then, you raised independent children, and I raised stubborn mules. Somehow that doesn't seem fair. Nor does the time it's gotten to be. It has been such a pleasant evening that I have lost track of time.
I've enjoyed myself, too.
I hate to end this, but I have to get back to the hospital.
You work very long hours.
Yes, and inconvenient ones, too, at that. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I understand.
Do you think that I might see you again?
I think that would be very nice. I have offices right here in this building on Monte Industries. You can call me there any time during the day.
I shall do that. I am beginning to like this town more and more every minute.
Good. I hope you'll be very happy here.
So do I.
Good night.
Aren't you leaving?
No, I'm going to stay for a few minutes, but you go ahead. I don't want to make you late.
All right, then. Good night again.
Good night.
Sophia?
Hello.
Hello. I saw you were having dinner with a stranger.
Not a stranger. A stranger to you, not to me.
True, true. May I ask who he is?
Yes. His name is Arthur Donnelly, doctor. He's very charming. I saw you having dinner with Lydia Saunders.
Yes, I was.
Isn't Lydia Saunders the daughter of your friend, Ed Saunders?
Yes, she is. What about it?
Oh, nothing. Idle curiosity.
No. You never have idle curiosity. You were implying that I was seeing someone somewhat younger than I am, and you don't like it. Isn't that interesting? Exactly how I felt when I saw you with TJ.
You know what I think? I think that now we are officially divorced, that we really don't have a right to ask each other what we're seeing.
Right. The trick is to stop caring. You think we can do that?
Good evening, Father.
Good evening.
I hope you don't mind my coming by without an appointment. One of the sisters said it was all right that I could wait for you.
Yes, yeah, of course. One moment. We'll meet at your room, all right? Thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I'm Lydia Saunders.
Yes, I know.
Really? Well, that's flattering.
Well, we try and keep abreast of the real world. I'm just surprised to see you here.
I'm doing an expose on the homeless in Santa Barbara. It is, after all, one of the richest communities in America, and I want to show the socioeconomic contrast and how great it is. I want to show the Capwells living in their estates and also the people who live in the parks and under the railroad bridges.
It's an interesting concept. How can I help you?
Well, I understand that you run the mission for the homeless downtown.
Yes.
And wasn't Sophia Capwell the chairperson for the charity auction that was held to help raise money to rebuild this church?
Yes.
And Mason Capwell died in the church fire here, didn't he?
What's your point?
Well, my point is that it's an amazing coincidence that the one place in Santa Barbara where the Capwells and the homeless interact is here in this very church. That's the angle that interests me.
Well, Mr. Timmons, what do you think?
Well, I think you've done a very good job.
I know.
Just slip these into the police safe. Nobody be the wiser, at least not for a while.
You know, you're taking quite a chance slipping these phonies in for the real thing.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'll ever get caught. Who'll think I put these in for the real ones? I think this is the amount we agreed upon.
And I'm sure it's all there. Oh, let me give you another card in case you have further need.
Oh, thank you. Listen, I gotta be going. I'll walk you out, okay?
Well, I hope you found good use for the money.
Didn't I tell you it's gonna pay for my wedding and my honeymoon? It's all for love and romance, my friend.
How nice. I'm glad romance is still alive and well. You know, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, Louis.
Jewelry, Timmons. Manny, hi, this is Julia Wainwright. Could you do me a big favor, please? Could you check the log and see if Keith Timmons has checked anything out of the evidence safe? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, give me the paper. Yeah. Thanks, Penny. You're an angel. Ooh, are you gonna get it this time, Tim?
Dr. Carl to OR.
Dr. Clark, I'd like to know the meaning of this.
Here it comes.
I see here on the emergency register that you set Mr. Stinson's arm. Isn't that the man I told you to ship out the county?
Yes, sir, that's him.
What is going on with you? Are you losing your mind? I gave you specific instructions to ship him out of here. Why didn't you do it?
Because I didn't see the point in making the man endure any more pain than he's already suffered. So I took the responsibility on myself.
I don't believe this.
Daddy, I think Scott was absolutely right to do what he did.
I don't remember asking your opinion. Maybe if you have such a kind heart, you would be happier working across town, the free clinic.
The people there really need our help. I've worked there before.
And believe me, you'll be working there again if you pull a stunt like this.
Daddy, he was only trying to help a patient who was in pain. Isn't that what medicine is all about?
Please, spare me your platitudes about the sacred responsibilities of physicians. Now, you listen to me. Relationships aside, you'd better remember that I'm running this hospital. And anyone who interferes, my daughter or her boyfriend, with how I run it, is going to find himself or herself looking for a job.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be safe to let Sarah come back to my house.
Why? What happened?
Because I have just done some sleuthing around Timmons' office, and I have come up with some incriminating, very incriminating evidence that will not only get him off the case, but will get him out of town.
Julia, I don't understand. Now, what has happened to your sense of ethics?
My ethics? I'm always ethical. This one time I'm not ethical because he is completely unethical.
You know, you're more interested in destroying Timmons than you are in helping Sarah. Do you know that?
That's not true. I am interested in both things. It's because of Timmons that Mason was accused of Mark's crime. It's because of that accusation that he came here and died. You're damn right I want to nail him.
Sarah, what is it?
Well, I'm happy to find you here, too. You don't want to stay here. I don't want her to stay here.
Look, you are here so I can protect you. You understand?
She wants to come live at my house. All right?
Are you sure you're gonna feel safer at her house? All right, I'm outnumbered. All right, you can go home with her.
So Lydia seemed pretty excited to see you. She's practically purring.
Oh, come on. Do we have to talk about that woman tonight?
Just wanted to know how well you knew her.
Knew? As in carnal knowledge?
Hey, listen, you can tell me anything you want to tell me. I just figured maybe you'd like to tell me about how you knew her.
Eden.
Just curiosity.
I knew her 6 or 7 years ago because we did a story. The sparks between us were those of anger.
That's the last time you saw her?
Except on television.
You must have made a big impression on her. But I can understand that. You made a big impression on me once.
Once?
Oh, I meant once every day. And every day since I met you.
That's better.
Oh, what do you know? It's back time. It's right from the toe. It is wonderful.
Tonight, America's tourist invasion. They're coming in record numbers because the low dollar gives them more purchasing power. We'll see what they're up to. The story on NBC Nightly News.